In this video, we're going over 11 reasons why you should buy the new iPhone SE 2. Hey everyone, thank you for joining us today. If you want to stay up to date on all the mobile technology coming out and learn cool tips, tricks, and hidden features, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and tap the bell to turn on post notifications so you can be alerted every time we post new videos. Today we're going to share our thoughts on the new iPhone SE 2 and 11 reasons why you should buy it. Now, this is not a biased review because we're also going to go over some reasons why you may not want to buy this phone. Because although there are a lot of good things about it, there are some reasons why you may not want to get it. We want to share both sides of that coin. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Let's start first with the size. Now, compact, small, light. There is a group of people out there who do not like the new iPhones because they're so big. They're too big. They don't fit well in the hand. One of the benefits of the SE line of iPhones is that they're always small and compact. They're made for the, you could say, the original iPhone users when iPhones were all this size at some point. When iPhones all used to be around this size. So for those of you that love the iPhone but don't like the large new iPhones that are all really big and bulky, you'll love the SE 2 for that reason. Jumping in next, we're gonna go to fast charging. Now, the first SE did not have fast charging. You are gonna get fast charging capability with this phone. Now, you cannot do it with the charger that comes with the phone, but you can purchase the faster charging brick from Apple directly, or there are third-party manufacturers who make it as well. So if you love that fast charging feature and want your phone to charge faster, you've got that in the new SE 2. Moving on to number 3, another really cool feature is now you have wireless charging. So if you again had one of those older 6S or 6 or 7 or the original SE, you didn't have wireless charging. But now you can buy a nice wireless charger and enjoy that feature with this phone. Number 4 is going to be the physical home button. Now, everyone is not a fan, again, of the design of what Apple's been moving towards, which is a phone where there is no home button. This is the iPhone XR, and as you can see, no home button. You know, Apple was moving in a direction where it's all about screen, and you have to be really good with the gestures in order to keep up with a phone like this. Well, for those of you, again, that are just not with the no button, maybe you've always had an iPhone with a button and you don't want to move away, that's a great reason to get the SE 2 because it does have that original fingerprint scanner and home button that you know and love. So there is that. I also did want to show this. I wanted to put the SE 2 next to the iPhone XR just to give you an idea of the size. Okay, so the reason why Apple is pushing this no button iPhone is because they can give you a lot more screen to do more without having the button there. But as you can see, you're getting a lot less screen here than you do here. So just as a point of comparison, this is the XR and a very similar size to the iPhone 11 as well. So the SE 2 is considerably smaller in terms of the screen, but again, if that's what you want something smaller and more compact, then definitely this is the phone for you. Moving on to our next reason is going to be, you are going to get 4K video recording, and you're going to get a lot of the cool features you would get on the other high-end iPhones, like the portrait mode, the AR emoji, all those other cool features. Now the camera, it's only a single camera. It's not a dual camera or a triple camera setup. But don't worry guys, you're still going to get some really amazing pictures. And I just want to show you a couple of cool shots I took. These are a couple of the pictures here. I went out to the park with my family, and this was a cool panoramic shot that we took, so that one's awesome. This is a picture of my daughter. I was using the portrait mode that blurs out the background but makes the, you know, your main image, you know, clear. That was a great shot, came out really well. This was another feature using the portrait lighting where it makes the whole background black and just brings the subject in the front. And that was another good shot right there. So captured some really great pictures with it. Now, disclaimer, I did compare it next to the iPhone 11 and you can see a difference in the quality. So you are slightly a little bit lower in terms of the picture quality. Again, you're getting a single camera here, and on the newer iPhones, you're getting 2 cameras or 3 cameras, and that adds depth and adds more clarity. So keep in mind, there will be a slight difference in the camera quality, but not a ton. So that's kind of the overall takeaway there. Moving on to number 6. You are getting the latest iOS software. You're getting iOS 13, and basically something a lot of people don't know is that Apple is not supporting the older line of iPhones, and they've actually said publicly that every year they're going to stop supporting a model. So just to give you an example, this year they suspended supporting the iPhone 6. So if you had a 6, guess what? You couldn't update your software, and you get to a point where you actually can't download new apps, and basically you have to upgrade. So if you compare the size of this iPhone SE to the 6S or the 7, you'll think you're holding the exact same phone because the body is exactly the same. The big difference though is that you are getting the latest software and you're getting the latest hardware, and this kind of moves into our 7th reason. This does have the A13 Bionic chip, which is one of Apple's latest chips, also found in iPhone 11. That chip is going to allow your phone to move faster and smoother, and it's going to ensure that you're going to be able to keep this phone for 4 or 5 years, because Apple is not going to stop supporting this phone for a long time. But if you were on the fence and said, hey, do I get the iPhone 6S or 7 versus the SE2, you got to keep in mind that next year Apple's not going to support the 6S, and the year after that they're going to stop supporting the 7. So you'd be buying a phone that's going to be out of support within the next 2 years, versus getting this phone, you're going to be supported up to the next 5 or 6 years. So it's an important thing to note in case you didn't know how Apple was doing in terms of the software and the hardware. So buying a phone that has their latest hardware and their latest software is important, because the money you invest today means that you're going to be able to keep this phone for a good while. So that's my little rant there, and I hope that makes sense to you. Leave a comment down below if you're not clear on that, and I can provide a little more clarity, but try to make that as clear as possible. Moving on to our next reason, is going to be you are getting 3 storage options in considering buying the SE2. So the base model is going to be 64, and then 128, then 256. So you have the ability to purchase a larger storage size. Now with the iPhone 7, I want to say they only sell the base model of the 7, which is 32 gigs. Same thing with the 6S. So if you were to choose the SE2 over a 6S or a 7, you're automatically getting double the storage at 64 gigs. So that's an important thing to note, because storage on your phone fills up a lot faster, and with Apple, if your storage runs out, you can't just add a memory card. You would have to pay for their iCloud storage monthly in order to get that extra storage, or you'd have to delete pictures constantly to keep your storage from running out. So I think it's definitely a good jump to go with even the base model, because you're starting out at 64 versus 32 with a 6S or an iPhone 7. Moving on to our next reason, number 9, is going to be Apple Pay capable. So you're able to use their Apple Pay feature on here, which is great. You can pay at a lot of retailers using your phone. You can also pay for things online using your phone. You can send and receive payments. So definitely a great plus. Number 10 is going to be water resistant, 1 meter for up to 30 minutes. So don't have to worry about any crazy spills with this phone. It can take it because it is water resistant. And number 11, final reason, is going to be the price. So this phone retails for $399. So you could potentially, and this is an important thing to note here, you can go on Apple's website right now, trade in an old phone and get a discount on this phone and pay even less than $400, or you can just go on there right now and buy it for $400, or they offer a installment plan as well. So that $400, you can break it down into payments and pay under $20 a month for this phone. So this is the most inexpensive iPhone of 2020. Very reasonable price. And also there's a lot of carriers that you can go to get an even better deal. Metro, for example, offers this phone for $349, and I've seen deals where they've had it as low as $200. If you're moving from another carrier to them, And in some cases you can get it for even as low as $100. So look into deals like that where you can get a really good price on this phone that gives you a lot of the best of Apple software and features. Now we went over all the pluses. Let's go over some of the deltas of some of the things that aren't as good on the phone. I would say these are the reasons not to buy this phone. So the first thing is that there is no headphone jack. So unfortunately, you can only plug in directly through the Lightning connector. Now you can buy an adapter that will allow you to plug in regular headphones, and I will leave a link below where I'll have iPhone SE 2 accessories, and one of the accessories will be the little dongle adapter to plug in regular headphones. So check out the description of the comment section below for that. The second reason not to get this phone, and again, because it's just not for everybody, is going to be the screen size. So I showed you earlier the comparison next to an iPhone XR, and this is a 4.7 inch screen, very small compared to an XR, much larger screen. iPhone 11 much larger, and there's the Pro and the Max models as well. So if you're someone who watches a lot of video, you may not want this phone because that screen is quite tiny, versus on the XR or up, you're getting more screen real estate and a lot of room to do more. As long as you don't mind the gestures, it's fine, you're good. So I mentioned my first reason to buy it was that it's compact. That's not for everybody. And if you're saying, hey, that screen is too small, no problem. Go out and buy one of the bigger iPhones, but know that they will come with a higher price tag. The last reason not to get it, and this is just a 2020 thing, the SE2 is not 5G capable. It's the first iPhone that has come out in the year 2020, and there are rumors that the lineup that will come out this year will be 5G capable, but just as an FYI, this one does not come in a 5G model, so just be aware. If you were planning to keep it for a few years, you will be a little outdated with technology as the years go by. All right, guys, this has been our sort of review on the new iPhone SE2. Leave us a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. Are you someone who feels like the SE2 is the phone for you? Are you looking into buying an iPhone? And if so, let us know what reasons we shared below helped you make that decision, or what reason maybe deterred you from buying this phone, maybe made you think twice. We'd love to hear it in the comment section down below. Like, favorite, and share if it was helpful. Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more videos. Take care, and as always, have a good one.